Buick has been one of the fastest growing mainstream brand in the industry, and for 2024 the company is looking to expand on that growth. I'm here at the historic GM Design Dome here in Detroit, Michigan, and this right here is the all-new Buick Envista. Let's take a first look. Now, before we start talking about the exterior styling of the Envista, I want to pop the hood and show you guys what's powering this thing, because Buick, as you guys know, like every other brand, is planning to go full electric by the year 2030. However, this model here will not be. It'll launch with just one engine choice. It's a 1.2 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. So this is essentially the same engine that we find in the all-new Chevrolet Trax. In this vehicle here, Buick says it makes 136 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. That torque figure, again, is going to be across a very broad rev range, so it should give you plenty of power actually out on the road. It all goes out through a one-choice only 6-speed automatic transmission, and this vehicle, just like the Trax on which it's based, will only be offered in front-wheel drive. So if you guys want all-wheel drive, you have to step up to the Encore GX to get the all-wheel drive. Now, Buick doesn't have too many specs for us, but they did say they're targeting this model here to get about 30 miles to the gallon. They're still waiting final EPA certification. We should be able to drive this vehicle sometime later this year, but overall this should be a great powertrain for those of you who are looking to save some money at the pump. But let's go ahead and close up the hood here, because I want to talk about the exterior styling of the all-new Envista. Now, this is based a lot on the Wildcat EV concept. This is showing essentially the new face of Buick, and this car here, when it goes on sale in July of this year, will be replacing the Encore. Remember, Buick has the base Encore and they have the Encore GX, so this will be the new entry-level model in the Buick family, and as you can see, it certainly looks anything but entry-level in the design. You have the new corporate face. This model here is the sportier looking ST trim. We'll also walk over and show you guys the Avenir later on, but you can see LED headlights are going to be standard. You have this LED daytime running light, which is separated from the LED headlight, which is down here at the lower fascia. You can see the ST has kind of a more specific grille here with the gloss black accents. It's kind of metallic look over here, and then you can see here there's the new Buick Tri-Shield logo, which the Encore GX was the first model to get it, and then this model here is the second model, but it's also the first Buick vehicle to be designed with this new design language in mind. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the look. It certainly looks a lot more appealing versus any other vehicle that starts at under $25,000. That's right, this model here will start at $23,500. Now, looking around the side profile, you can see this is also Buick's first ever coupe-like SUV, where it has that kind of sportback swooping roof profile. And in terms of the dimensions, Buick actually said that this model here is about 14 inches longer versus the Encore and about 11 inches longer versus the Encore GX. So you can see it has that nice long profile along with that swooping roof. The ST version also includes some unique specific aspects to it. You can see you have the gloss black around the wheel arches. These are an optional 19-inch black finish wheel wrapped in a 245 width tire, so pretty fat tires actually. Buick didn't talk about the ground clearance, but this is going to be a crossover, even though again it only offers front wheel drive. The Avenir has a unique specific trim wheel along with painted wheel arches, so if you don't like the black, you can also go for the Avenir trim, which will make everything else body colored. The mirrors on the ST you can see are gloss black with an integrated turn signal. There's gloss black around the window trim, and then you can see here just a standard sunroof. You cannot get a pano roof, I don't believe, on the Envision like you can on the Encore GX. And then looking over here, you can see really nice proportions. I love, again, this first ever sportback design for Buick. This is, again, supposed to be more like a coupe-like SUV. And then looking at the rear, you can see the rear is probably the most striking angle for me. I love these kind of like skinny LED designed taillights. The Avenir version has a slightly different finish on the taillight itself. And then you can see you've got the new Buick badge over here where they now spell out Buick at the rear. Remember, Buick likes to be more like a premium brand. And then ST, which looks sportier, but this is more of just a sport appearance package. Remember, if Buick does a performance model, they're going to call it a GS or a Grand National. So maybe something like that will show up later on. You can see underneath here, surprised to see there's no visible exhaust tips. I would have liked to see like a nice dual exhaust outlet to kind of finish off the muscular rear looks of this vehicle. But overall, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the design. But let me go ahead and show you guys the cargo area. You can see it even has a power liftgate. This is a feature you don't typically find in this segment of vehicle. And Buick actually says, you know, for the design of this vehicle, you still get pretty good amount of cargo space, a little over 20 cubic feet with the seats up. You can see if you look underneath here, there is a temporary spare tire, and it's actually a really deep storage area. You could almost fit a full-size spare in there, and if you fold down the second row seats, Buick says that expands the cargo to just over 42 cubic feet. Now, as you can see, we've switched over to the Avenir version of this. This is going to be the luxury-oriented, top-of-the-line version of the Envista, and there are some key styling differences here. First of all, the color. This is called Deep Ocean Blue or Ocean Blue. It's a fantastic color. Buick says they offer around 8 different exterior colors, including a nice bright orange. You can see the grille on the Avenir has a slightly different look to it, where they kind of have this like dark chrome with the silver contrast. The headlights also have that same divorce look with the new Buick logo. Overall, let me know what you guys think. I kind of like the sportier appeal of the ST, but this definitely has a more refined premium look. I know a lot of you who don't like gloss black are probably gonna like the fact that the trim pieces here, like the wheel arches, the lower side sill, they're all painted, body colored along with the side mirrors. You can see the wheels have this kind of luster nickel finish to them, or satin nickel finish to them. They're also a 19-inch wheel. It looks really good with the body colored painted accents and the Avenir, badging on the side of the vehicle. It definitely has a more premium vibe that you don't typically find in this segment. Now you can see, unlike the ST, you have some bright chrome accents here that follow the coupe roofline. And then over here at the rear, you can see, I want to show you just a quick difference. The taillights have a kind of a monochromatic finish as opposed to the dark finish. And then you can see here more chrome along the rear of the vehicle. And it just gives it a much more premium ambience. But let's go ahead and hop inside the inside, because this model here has the lighter color interior, and I want to show you guys that. Now, Buick says that in the Avenir version, you can get it in a black with a terracotta contrasting stitching and piping. This right here is what they're calling a Gideon interior. So it kind of has like gray. It's a warm gray interior with this kind of interesting stitched pattern here, along with the Avenir that's embossed in the actual headrest. This definitely gives you a more premium vibe to it. Let me go ahead and shut the door, get that beeping to stop. Now, for an entry-level car, remember, this vehicle starts at under $25,000. I have to say, Buick has done a great job here. They've got this new infotainment system here, which they're claiming is the largest in the industry. Here in the center stack, you have an 11-inch display, which is the biggest in the industry. Like I said, it includes wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then you have an 8-inch display over here for the instrument panel. In total, this makes up a 19-inch display. Again, that's gonna be standard on the Envista from what I understand. So this definitely looks impressive. I'm not entirely sure I love the way this panel looks. You can see there's a lot of unused black plastic real estate, and it has an interesting shape to it. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. All Avenir or Envistas will come with a flat bottom design steering wheel. You can see it's got a tilt and telescoping function. It's got the new Buick logo there. And then some of the interior textures, you can see there's a soft touch injection molded plastic on the door with some faux aluminum trim. And then here on the dash, you can see Buick said instead of trying to make this textured like animal hide, it's supposed to resemble like a high-end bag. So you have stitching over here, which is faux, this kind of textured look, which supposedly looks like a high-end purse. And then you can see this is kind of a soft touch injection molded plastic, which is nice. The lower portion here, you can see has hard touch plastic, but there's again some nice bright trim with some piano black accented trim. You have a traditional shifter here for the 6-speed automatic. There's a wireless phone charging pad. Then if you want driver assistance stuff, it's going to be standard with things like lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, stuff like that. However, if you want adaptive cruise control, that should be optional, part of a technology package that should be available on the higher trims. Now above me, you can see just a standard sunroof, which I'm not sure which trims get it as standard, but you can see there's a manual shade. This also opens up. No pano roof. Remember, this slots below the Encore GX. And then the seats, you can see this is the upgraded leather that you get with the Avenir. You can get a black leather in the ST with blue stitching, along with a leatherette material in the preferred trim. But these seats, they're just heated. I don't believe Buick offers ventilated seats, but they do offer a heated steering wheel and heated seats, which is definitely a nice touch. But let's go ahead and hop into the back seat of this vehicle, because it's a coupe SUV, so I want to know what this space is like. Now, me at 5'7", when I get in, I have to duck my head a little bit, so you are kind of dealing with that sloping roofline. Now, here's where I don't have any final figures yet in terms of the space, but you can see the floor is completely flat back here, which is nice. It's going to be great for the middle passenger. You have 2 USB charge ports here, no rear seat air vents. You can see there's a big empty space here where they could have put that. You have 2 storage cubbies. I don't have the legroom figures, but I'd probably say, this, I can sit here and cross my legs. This feels like 36, 37 inches, which is actually a pretty good amount in terms of headroom space. For somebody like me, I can fit in here just fine, but if you're over 6 feet, you might be getting a little close to the ceiling of the vehicle. That's a compromise you have to make with, of course, having a swoopy profile. fold this down, you can see there's an armrest that gives you 2 cup holders. But overall, I have to say, for a backseat of an entry-level model, the Envista has a pretty good amount of space. So even though it took Buick a few years to finally do an SUV with a more coupe-like roof profile, after finally seeing the all-new 2024 Envista in person, I have to say I'm very impressed. For a vehicle that is their entry-level model, it definitely has the looks that appeal to somebody who's looking for a more premium vehicle. This is based off of the Chevrolet Trax, so as you guys know, that is going to be a much more affordable vehicle, especially when you look at the rear. It definitely has the best look from this angle here, especially when you look at the Avenir with all of the chrome finishing, this ocean blue exterior. It's going to turn a lot of heads when it goes on sale in your local dealerships here in July. Now, if you guys are looking to get your hands on this model here, the pricing is really surprising because, as you guys know, the 2024 Trax, on which this vehicle is based, starts at around $21,400. Buick is only charging about $2,000 extra to go with the Envista. This model here is going to start at $23,500 for the base version. Buick says if you want to go all the way up to this top of the line Avenir trim, it's only going to cost you about $30,000. Now, 30 grand is a lot of car for very little money. Now, keep in mind as well, if you guys are looking for all-wheel drive, the Envista won't offer all-wheel drive. You'll have to go up to the Encore GX to get that feature. But again, for those of you who don't necessarily need the all-wheel drive, but you want an entry-level car that doesn't look like an entry-level car, the Envista certainly is going to have a lot to like about it, especially when it goes on sale here in July. But with all that said, hope you guys have enjoyed my full overview on the 2024 Buick Envista. If you're also looking to see the latest cars I'm testing, be sure to follow me on Instagram at redline_reviews, like us on Facebook, and as always, guys, please keep subscribing to the Redline Reviews YouTube channel for all the latest reviews. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.